Okay, so let's continue our discussion for approximate analysis. So for this time, we will discuss approximate analysis due to lateral loads on frames, no? So last time, we discussed approximate analysis due to vertical loads. And ang ginawa natin, kinuha natin yung point of inflection and we did some modification from the original framing system in order to become statically determinate. Yung point of inflection, ilagyan natin ang internal pin tsaka internal roller. So ngayon, ganun din yung gagawin nating assumption dito. Magbe-base din tayo sa moment diagram. So paano ba yung sinasabi ko? So let's say for example, we have a framing system. So ito po yung framing system natin. So straight po yan ha. Framing system, let's say we have a fixed framing system subjected to lateral loads, P. So ngayon, what is the appearance of my moment diagram? Your moment diagram will look like this. So ano yung napansin nyo? If you notice, no, the point of inflection happens at the center of each column as well as the girder. So sa gitna po, nangyayari ng each column at girder yung point of inflection. So anong gagawin natin yun? Opportunity na natin yun para makapag-create tayo ng modification in order to make this statically determinate. Ang gagawin natin is lalagyan natin siya ng internal hinges. Kapag inilagyan natin ng internal hinges, alam naman natin lahat na kapag meron tayong internal hinges, walang nangyayaring moment. But we do have two forces, horizontal and vertical. Okay? So, yun yung gagawin natin. So, ngayon, dahil meron two forces tayo, we can say that this is the appearance of my framing system. Ngayon, yung isang joint pa dyan, meron pa tayong apat na unknowns. So, ano yung apat na unknowns natin? Let's say, for example, we will consider this joint. Ang apat na unknown natin, 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, this is still statically indeterminate kasi ang kaya lang natin ma-provide is 3 equation of equilibrium eh. Paano natin isosolve yung isang unknown? So, doon napapasok yung portal method tsaka cantilever method. It depends on what method you will use. So, ngayon, let's discuss. Unahin na natin si portal method. So, the portal method is developed by A. Smith in 1915. It is considered appropriate for approximate analysis of relatively low buildings or low frames. So, ibig sabihin, pag medyo low story or short story building, so mas magandang gamiting approximate analysis yung portal method. So, like I said, inflection points occur at the midpoint of the girder and columns. Therefore, we can incorporate internal hinges in them. Each story of the frame, interior column carries twice as much as shear as exterior column. So, para mas maintindihan natin yung concept number 4, gumawa ako dito ng analysis. So, sabi natin, meron tayong portal method. So, kaya portal method ang tawag kasi let's consider this framing system presented in your screen. So, as you can see, para siyang dalawang portal. Ano ba yung portal? Lagusan, parang pintuan. So, dalawang portal. Unang portal, pangalawa. So, ngayon, gagamit tayo ng method of superposition. Kapag gumamit tayo ng method of superposition, pag-iwalayan natin, a-applyan natin ang load, and then pagsasamahin natin. Ngayon, kapag pinag-iwalay natin, ganito magiging appearance. Kapag ito ay subjected to lateral loads, kukontrahin yan ng 4 na V. So, isang V sa exterior, dalawang V sa interior, isang V ulit sa exterior. So, therefore, making the center column or the interior columns carries twice as much as shear as the exterior column. Kasi, pag sinabing superposition, pag-iwalayin mo, applyan mo ng load, and then pagsamahin mo ulit. Pag pinagsama natin ulit ito, yung interior column will carry 2V kasi isang V, pangalawang V. While the exterior column carries single V lang. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan yung concept ng portal method, let's try to solve some problems. Okay? Magkapalit lang tayo ng module. Okay, so welcome back. So, let's try to solve problem number 3. So, sabi dito, solve the frame shown approximately using portal method. Determine the reaction at the support. So, ibig sabihin, we need to determine the reaction at point A, point B, and point C. And it says here in the concept that I presented earlier, ang sabi natin, at the center of each column and each girder, we should provide internal hinges because that is a point of inflection. So, ngayon, maglalagay tayong internal hinges dito, internal hinges, internal hinges, internal hinges. Para mas madali, maganda, lagyan mo ng letter yan, no? Natapos tayo sa F, E, F, G. So, ito G, H, I, and then J, and then K. Okay? So ngayon, ang next step here is to get the value of the shear. Kasi nga sabi natin kanina, based on the concept of approximate analysis due to vertical loads, horizontal loads, Portal method, ang sabi, the interior columns carries twice as shear as the exterior column. So ganun yung gagawin natin, no? So i-drawing ko muna yung upper part. So ito yung upper part class, no? So of course that is subjected to a loading. So ano yung loading natin? 60 kN. So ito pala ay 60 kN. So ngayon magkakaroon tayo dito, exterior V lang yan. Interior 2V. And then exterior again, this is V. In order to get the value of V, edi summation forces horizontal. So summation forces horizontal equal 0, papunta sa right, positive. So therefore, what will happen? So we have 60 positive papunta sa right minus V minus 2V minus V equals 0. So your V here is 60 2x minus x so ang nakukuha ko ay 15 kN. So ngayon kung 15 yan, yung 2V natin is equivalent to 30 kN. Okay? So let's try to incorporate that here. So siguro lagyan na natin ng letter to. Since pinapasolve sa atin yung framing system, lagyan natin to. So ito I think is G. GDJ. So this is G. This is D. And this is J. And then we have here the single shear na tinatawag nating V. Or pwede na nating ilagay na $15 kN, no? 15, ayusin ko lang. Siguro ilagyan natin ng arrow. Ito na lang natin. Okay? So that is 15 kN. So don't forget you have here 60, no? So sige, lagyan din natin ng arrow dyan. Okay, so this is 60. So ang gagawin natin, madali lang, no? Just remember that each joint should maintain equilibrium. So ibig sabihin, kapag nag-summation forces horizontal ako, vertical and moment dapat maging 0. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, since hindi siya 0 pa, no? Kasi may 60 ka dito, may 15 ka dito, kulang ka pa ng 45. So ngayon, ano yung magpa-45 dyan? Remember, this is the hinge, no? Hinge din ito. Ito, hindi na ito makakapag-provide ng horizontal kasi meron ka ng 15. So magkakaroon ka ngayon ng 45 na papunta sa left. To maintain equilibrium, no? So ito ay 45 kN. Okay? So after that, what is next? Kasi wala kang horizontal. Again, like I said, each joint should maintain equilibrium. Whether it is moment, or horizontal, or vertical summation. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, gamitan natin ng moment. So dahil sa 15 kN, meron ka ngayong dito. By the way, what is this distance? Lagyan natin ng distance. So, ito ay, I think this is 8 meters. So 8 meters, kalahati ng 8 is 4, kalahati ng 10 is 5. So ito ay 4 meters. This is, siguro lagyan natin ng block. This is 4 meters. This is 5 meters. So, ang gagawin natin, solvein natin yung mga moment niya. So, paano yun? So, eto. Okay? So, 15, dahil dito sa 15, magkakaroon ka ng clockwise moment. Ngayon, anong value niyan? Eh, di 15 times 4. So, this is 60 kN meter. So, of course, we need to counteract this movement. Paano? Eh, di pa ganito, pa-counterclockwise na moment. So, dapat yan din ay 60 kilonewton meter to maintain equilibrium. So, ano mangyayari after that? So, of course, merong nag-i-induce dyan na 60. Hindi naman magkakaroon ng 60 dyan dahil lang dito. May nag-i-induce dyan. Ano? E di ito. Vertical force dito. So, ano yung vertical force dyan? So, that is just 60 divide 5. So, ilan yun? I think that is 12.5. 60 divide 5, that is 12. So, ilagay natin dito, 12. Baguhin ko lang yung pen ko, ha. This is 12 kilonewton. And then, after that, we can now take summation forces horizontal. Kung meron kang pataas na 12 dito, malamang ito ay pababa. Na 12 din, of course. To maintain equilibrium. Okay? Ito rin ay 12 kilonewton. Hopefully, nakasunod, ha. Again, itong 60 ay galing lang sa 15 times 4, nag-moment ka dito sa D. 15 times 4, 60. Ito, mas counteract para maging equilibrium. So, dapat may counterclockwise ka na 60. May nag-i-induce dito, which is yung 12. 12 times 5 is equals to 60. So, tapos na natin tong joint na to. Okay? So, ngayon, punta tayo sa next joint. So, lahat ng forces dito, for example, ito, papunta sa left, tapos papunta sa taas, magbabaliktad yan kapag tinransfer mo. Okay? So, ito, papunta na sa right, and then, papunta na downward yung force, vertical force. Okay? So, ito ay 45 din. Tapos, ito ay 12 kilonewton din. Same lang naman yan, internal hinges yan. Okay? So, siguro lagyan natin ng horizontal, ng distances. So, ito ay 5 meters. This is also 5 meters. And this one is 4 meters. So, this is J. J, and then ano pang letter yan? E, K, H. E, K, H. Okay? So, ngayon, anong next step na gagawin natin? Remember that we do have here a shear, 2V, di ba? May 2V tayo dito. E di ilagay natin, ano ba yung 2V natin? Kung ang V natin ay 15, ang 2V natin ay 30. So, ito ay 30 kilonewton. Okay? So, of course, we do have here, kung 45 to, ito 30. So, to maintain equilibrium, kailangan may pupunta pa ako sa left side na ilan? So, that is 45 minus 30. So, probably this is 15. 15 kilonewton. And then, after that, again, we shall proceed to the moment, no? Kasi wala na tayong vertical force. So, kasi meron dito, hindi natin alam yon. So, proceed tayo sa moment. So, ngayon, itong 12, again, nag-i-induce yan ng pagentong moment. So, 12 times 5, that is 60 kilonewton meter. Aside from that, may moment din tayo dito, ini-induce na 30. So, pag ganito. So, anong value niyan? That is 30 times 4. So, 30 times 4 is equals to 120 kilonewton meter. To maintain equilibrium, hindi siya pati 60. So, kailangan meron tayong counterclockwise na 60 kilonewtons din. So, this is 60 kilonewton meter. So, meron nag-i-induce para maging 60 to. Ano yung nag-i-induce dyan? Yung vertical component ni K. Okay? So, paano makuha yung value niyan? That is just equal to 60 divide 5. So, that is just equal to 12 kilonewton. Yan, kilonewton lang. 12 kilonewton. So, ngayon, meron kang 12 dito na downward, meron kang 12 na upward. So, yung value ng vertical component dito ay 0. Okay? Kasi 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. Equilibrium na yon. Okay? So, we're now finished with this joint kasi meron na tayong horizontal tsaka vertical ng each letter. So, proceed tayo dun sa right side. Okay? So, ngayon, next step here is i-transfer yung loading. So, ito magiging papunta na sa left, sa right. Ito magiging downward. Okay? So, of course, we do have here the 15. So, kung downward to, wala na namang iba yan. So, probably this is upward, no? Okay, lagyan na natin. So, this is 15 kilonewton and this is based on the shear. So, remember yung shear natin, no? Galing yan dito. So, V. So, that is also 15. So, paano mo malalaman kung tama ka? So, dapat yung shear mo dito na makukuha mo is equal to dito. Para pag nag-summation forces horizontal ka, equal to 0. O, probably tama tayo, no? Ito ay 12 kilonewton. So, para ma-maintain yung equilibrium, so malamang ito ay 12 kilonewton din. Okay? So, we can incorporate the moments. So, we have here 60 kilonewton. So, by the way, let's incorporate the distances para di magkalituhan. Ito ay 5 meters. Ito ay 4 meters. Okay? So, again, 15 times 4, that is 60. So, meron ka ulit ditong 60 kilonewton meter. So, as you can see, this joint, equal yan, maintain equilibrium. So, therefore, we are probably correct. So, after that, since we are getting the reaction at the support, we can now transfer the loading at the support. So, of course, magpapaliktad ng direction yan. Kung pataas yan dito, kung pababa yan sa taas, pataas yan dito. Okay? Tapos, papunta sa left. So, this is point A. Tama ba? A, B, C. Okay? So, ito ay 12 kilonewton. This is 15 kilonewton. So, of course, we do have moment in that. No? So, ito. By the way, this distance is 4 meters. So, moment tayo dito. This is 15 times 4, so that is 60. And then, we must resist that movement, no? To maintain equilibrium at joint A. So, ngayon, meron kang MA. $60 kilonewton meter. So, yan na yung reaction mo, no? Pero, siguro unahin natin yung vertical and horizontal para di magulo. Burahin ko muna ito. So, ito yung vertical reaction. AY is 12. AX is 15. Dire-resist ko lang to, no? Baliktad lang yung direction. And then we have the moment, which is 60. That is our answer for letter A. So ngayon, for letter B, wala tayong vertical kasi 0. So horizontal lang. So ang value niyan is 30 kilonewton. So this is 4 meters. This is point B. BX is 30 kilonewton. BY, sorry, is equals to 0. And then, let's incorporate the moments. So, we have here 4 times 30, that's 120. So, the moment reaction here, MB, should be equivalent also to 120 kilonewton meter. So, that is your answer for reaction at point B. So, punta naman tayo sa C. Okay? So this is 12 kilonewton. This is 15 kilonewton. Galing lang yan sa taas. Ito, kinopya ko lang. So ito ay point C. So yung Cx natin is equivalent to 15 kilonewton also. And then yung Cy natin is equivalent to 12 kilonewton. And then yung moment sa C is 15 times 4, so that is 60. And then we have MC here. Ay, hindi pala yan MC. Moment lang pala yan. Okay? Itong MC, 60 kilonewton meter. Okay? So that's how we solve problem number 3. So ganun lang, maintain equilibrium. Just remember this concept, no? Once you get the value of V, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Simula ka sa kanto, papunta sa kanan. Or pwede rin pababa. It's up to you, no? But for this one, the answer here is at the bottom part, yung reaction ng support. Okay? So we have another problem. What if we have dalawang palapag? So stay tuned for that. Okay? Okay, so let's try to solve another problem with regards to portal method. So this is problem number 4. It says here that we need to solve the frame shown approximately using portal method. And we need to determine the following. So we have shear at column EB, axial force at column FC, and then moment at support A. But first, let's define what is shear and axial force. So ngayon, kunyari, meron tayong member. Ito yung member natin, no? When we say shear force, the force that we're talking about is the force perpendicular to the member. So, ibig sabihin yung force is, it's either papunta dyan or papunta dito. Perpendicular to the member. So, ito ay shear force, shear force. So, when we say axial force naman, yung force na pinag-uusapan natin is parallel to the member. Okay? So, ayan na, malinaw yan na. Again, shear is perpendicular to the member, axial force is parallel to the member. So, when we say moment at the support, so ibig sabihin yung moment dito sa support and moment at the joint, it depends, no? Moment sa GH, moment sa GD, but usually in rotation fashion, no? We already did that on our previous example. Ito, no? Pag hinahanapan kayo ng mga moment, ayan, moment at DE. So, ito yon 6 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, let's try to solve this one. So, actually, may madaling way ng pag-solve dito. So, medyo isang tingin mo lang or isang konting calculation lang, masolve mo na agad yung shear at EB. And then, konting tingin pa, makukuha mo na agad si column FC. And then, sa moment support at support A. Medyo madali lang din to. So, ito medyo madali. Ito medyo madali. Ito kailangan ng konting analyzation. But for this example, we're going to solve every forces present in this framing system. Kasi, in the problem, hindi lang naman yung, ito yung pwedeng itanong eh. Pwedeng itanong ay shear force sa GH. Ito. Shear force sa GH. Pwede rin naman axial force sa GH. Pwede rin naman shear force sa HI. Axial force sa HI. Moment sa HI. So, marami siyang pwedeng itanong, no? So, kailangan natin ma-understand paano pag yun ay hinahanap. So, hindi pwedeng shortcut, di ba? Paano pag yun ay hinahanap? Paano gagawin natin? Paano natin siya i-solve? Kaya, isa-solve natin lahat ng member forces present in this structure. Okay? So, paano yun? Una muna, so again, just like what we did on our previous example, ang sabi natin, each and every one of the member columns, tsaka member girder, should contain internal hinges. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay may internal hinges. Again, this is based on point of inflection. Ayan, meron tayong internal hinges. Aside from that, we need to cut, no, the upper part. O, ikakat natin. Once we cut that, consider the upper part of the framing system. So, pag kinonsider natin yung upper part, dito na lang sa kanan, no? Ito makikita natin. Remember, if we're doing portal method, tapos multiple layers, or multiple story, always start in the upper part. Especially if you're going to solve every member, no? Kasi wala kang masosolve kapag nag-start ka sa bottom. Okay? So, ayan yun. So, pag upper part consider natin, ang kalahati nito 2 meters lang, right? Tapos, meron kang 45. So, ilagay natin yung 45 dito. This is 45 kilonewton. Okay? Ang sabi natin, sa exterior, isang shear. Sa interior, dalawang shear. And then, another exterior, isang shear. Okay? Again, the distance here is 2 meters, 2 meters, 2 meters. Thus, this one is 5 meters or 10 meters, I think. And then, this one is 6 meters. So, tignan natin. Ayan yan. Kalahati lang yan. Okay? How do we solve the value for V? The summation forces, horizontal. Okay? Pag nag-summation forces horizontal tayo, ang mangyayari is summation forces horizontal equals 0. Papunta sa right, positive. So, what will happen? So, we have 45 na papunta sa right. So, that's positive. Minus V, minus 2V, minus V. And then, equate natin yan sa 0. So, what's the value for V? So, basically, yung 45, divide mo lang ng 4. So, 45 divide 4. So, that's 11.25. So, meron tayong 11.25 kilonewton na shear. O, how about 2V? So, 2V times 2 mo lang yan, times 2. So, that is equivalent to 22.5 kilonewton. Okay? So, now that we're finished in that, pwede na tayo mag-proceed dito sa ating framing system. I already cut the framing system again sa gitna ng internal hinges. So, kinat ko dito, kinat ko dito, kinat ko dito, kinat ko dito, kinat ko dito. Kaya, ganito yung nakita nyo itsura. Okay? So, don't forget that we do have 45 here. Baka makalimutan nyo, mamamali yung analysis nyo. Okay? So, this one is 45. Okay? So, aside from that, syempre, meron tayong shear dito, no? Yung recently lang na-solve natin. So, ilan yun? 11.25. So, let's write that here. This one is 11.25 kilonewton. Like I said, this whole joint should maintain equilibrium. So, kung 45 ka dito, minusan mo ng 11.25 para makuha natin yung papunta sa left side dito. Para mag-0, no? Para maging equilibrium. So, ilan kaya yan? So, 45 minus 11.25. So, that is 33.75. 33.75. So, this one is lagay ko lang sa taas. Okay. So, again, after this, wala na tayong masosolve kasi wala tayong vertical force, but we can incorporate moment, no? So, paano yung moment? So, this force will induce clockwise moment at joint G. So, paano gagawin natin dyan? I-drawing natin. So, ito yon. Ngayon, anong value niyan? Di ba yung moment, force times distance? This is the force. This is the perpendicular distance. So, that is 11.25 times 2. So, that is 22.5. So, we write here 22.5 kilonewton meter. So, ayusin ko lang. 22.5 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, again, we need to counteract this moment. So, paano yan? So, kailangan natin magkaroon ng counterclockwise dito. Okay? So, that is just equivalent to, kung meron kang 22.5 dito, dapat meron ka ding 22.5 dito para maging equilibrium, no? Para pag summation moment mo, equal to 0. Pero may nag-induce dyan sa 25, ano yan? Sa 22.5 na yan. Ano yun? Ito yun. Yung vertical force present in this joint, no? So, paano yan? Di 22.5 divided by 5 lang. Okay? 22.5 divided 5. Para 5 times this value is equivalent to 22.5. So, this one is 22.5 divided by 5. So, that is 4.5. So, this one is 4.5. Tapos, pag nag-summation forces vertical ka, dapat 0. So, kung meron kang pataas dito na 4.5, dapat meron kang pababa dito na 4.5 din. So, this one is 4.5 kilonewton. Okay? So we already completed this joint, so we can proceed to the left side. So ngayon, lahat ng direction dito magbabaliktad. So meron kang papunta na sa left ay sa right na 37.75, tas meron kang downward na 4.5. Okay? So this one is 4.5 kilonewton. This one is 33.75 kilonewton. And don't forget your shear. Remember, this is an interior column, so it should contain 2 V. And then what is our 2V? 22.5. Okay? So this one is 22.5 kilonewton. Okay? So after that, again, we shall maintain equilibrium. So meron kang 33.75. So kulang yung 22.5. So 33.75 minus 22.5. So kailangan mong magdagdag ng 11.25 na papunta sa right. Sa left, sorry. To maintain equilibrium again, ha. This is 11.25. Okay? So wala ka nang masosolve kasi meron kang dalawang unknown na vertical force. So ngayon, anong gagawin mo? Let's incorporate the moment, no? So pwede mong kopyahin yung moment sa left side. So kung meron kang 22.5 dito, meron ka rin malamang na 22.5 na pag ganun. Same lang naman yan, 4.5 times 5. So meron ka ditong kilonewton meter. So again, meron kang 22.5 times 2. Times 2, that is around 45. So meron kang clockwise na 45. So hindi sapat yung 22.5 para sa 45. So kailangan nating dagdagan yung counterclockwise. So ito is malamang 22.5 din. Para pag pinag-add mo, equal lang siya sa 45. Okay? Pero may nag-i-induce dyan. Sino yung nag-i-induce dyan? The vertical force present here. Okay? So para mag-move siya ng counterclockwise, that should be upward, no? Hopefully nakakasunod. Okay? So what is the value of that? So basically, the value of that is just equivalent to 22.5 divided by 3. So 22.5 divided by 3, so that is 7.5 kilonewton. Okay? So ngayon, meron tayong 4.5 na pababa, tas may 7.5 na pataas, kulang yung pababa. So kailangan natin maglagay dito ng pababa. Wait, ayusin ko lang. Okay, what is the value for that? So 7.5 minus 4.5, so that is 3. So this one is 3 kilonewton. Okay, so we already completed this joint once we get the value for the vertical and horizontal component ng mga kinat natin as well as the moment. So we shall proceed to the next portion. So ayun, ito yung next portion. So again, yung mga forces, direction sa kabilang joint, magbabaliktad. Kasi nag-transfer na tayo. Remember, this is a hinge. Okay? So this one is, anong value nun? 7.5. kilonewton, and then this one is 11.25 kilonewton. And don't forget, we have a shear there, single shear. Yung V natin, yung na-compute nating V kanina. So yung V natin dyan is around 11.25 kilonewton din. So ngayon, kapag nag-moment tayo, so actually, we can already solve the vertical component in this point, no? So 4.5. Pero mas malalaman natin na tama tayo kapag nag-moment tayo, tas equal yung lumabas na sagot. Okay? So ito ay 7.5 kilonewton. So ano mangyayari? Let's try to take the moment. So ano mangyayari? 7.5 times 3. So yan yan. 7.5 times 3. So that is 22.5. So this is 22.5 kilonewton meter. And then this one is 11.25 times 2. So we all know that that is 22.5. So we are probably correct. No? O, tama pa tayo. Okay? So what's next? Next is we shall proceed on the bottom part. Pero bago tayo makapag-proceed ng bottom part, kailangan ulit natin mag-solve. Dito naman natin ikakat. No? Okay? So kapag kinat natin dyan, we can now eliminate this cutting plane. So tapos isasama na natin si 90 doon sa loading. Okay? So let me draw that first. Okay. So don't forget we have here 45 tsaka 90. Let's write here we have 45 kilonewton and then we have 90 kilonewton. Double check if that's correct. So tama naman. And then the distance here is, I think this is 4 meters, no? 4 meters, 4 meters, and then we have here also 4 meters. Tapos ito, since 2.5 to ay kalahati yan, so malamang yan ay 5 meters, 5 meters, and then this one is also 5 meters. This one is 10 meters, this one is 6 meters. Okay? So ngayon, ganun pa din, exterior column should contain single shear, interior column, dalawa, exterior, isa. Again, this one is different from this one. Pero ganun pa din, summation forces horizontal pa din. So, summation forces horizontal equals 0, papunta sa right, positive. So, this one is equivalent to 45 plus 90 minus V minus 2V minus V and then equivalent to 0. So, we can now determine what's the value for V. Ayusin ko lang to. So, V is equivalent to 45 plus 90 33.75 kilonewton. So, how about 2V? So, times 2 natin yan. So, that is 67.5. Okay? So, let's try to solve the bottom part. So, ito na yung bottom part, no? So, all of the forces direction in here, in this joint, will be reversed, no? But don't forget, we do have 90 here. So, baka makalimutan natin, mamamali yung sagot natin. Okay? So, we have there 90 kilonewton. Okay? Tapos, lagay na natin, papunta to sa baba. So, ngayon, pataas na tayo. And then, this one is towards to the left. Tapos, don't forget, meron tayong shear dito. Okay? Okay. So, this one is 4.5 kilonewton. This one is 11.25 kilonewton. Tapos, meron tayo ditong, ilan ulit ito? 33.75. O, ito. 33.75. Again, this joint should maintain equilibrium. So, kung meron tayong 11.25, tapos inadan pa natin 90, kulang na kulang si 33.75. So, kailangan natin dagdagan yan. So, dapat itong joint na to should provide force towards to the left. No? So, that's 90 plus 11.25 minus 33.75 to maintain equilibrium. So, dapat meron tayo dito force na 67.5. Okay? So, 67.5, and then, after that, we cannot solve any horizontal force. So, pwede na tayo mag-incorporate ng mga moment. No, kasi dalawa unknown dito, dalawa yung unknown natin. So, mag-incorporate tayo ng mga moment. So, paano yun? So, ito, alam naman natin na to. Pwede natin copyin sa taas. So, what's the value for that? So, that's 22.5. Sorry. Okay? And then after that, 33.75 times 2.5. So, ilan kaya yon? That's 84.375 na pa-clockwise. So, this is 84 kilonewton meter. And then, syempre, mag-add yung dalawa. Kailangan counterin natin yan. So, ito yung ka-counter dyan. Ano dapat value niyan? E di pag pinag-add mo to, yun yung value ng moment na yun. So, 22.5 plus 84.375. So, that is 106.875. Okay? So, may nag-i-induce dyan sa 106. Ano yun? Ito, yung vertical force dito. So, anong value niyan? So, that is 106.875 divided by 5. Okay? Kasi force times distance. 106.875 divided by 5. So, that is 21. 21.375. Okay? So, after that, since we already got the value, pareha silang pataas, so mag-add lang yan. Siyempre, kailangan natin counterin yan to maintain equilibrium. So, dapat meron tayong pababa dito. Okay? So, that is 21.375 plus 4.5, no? 21.375 plus 4.5, that is 25.875. 25.875. Kilonewton. Okay? Okay. So now, we can now proceed to the middle part kasi tapos na tayo dito. Meron na tayong vertical and horizontal as well as the moment. Again, just like what we did previously, change ng direction. But same forces. Okay? So this is 21.375 kilonewton. This is 67.5 kilonewton. And then we also have here yung nasa taas. So pababa, pataas na ngayon. Papunta sa left, papunta sa right. Okay? So the value of this is 3 kilonewton. Tapos yung sa kabila, 22.5. Okay? So don't forget, we do have here the 2V, yung nasa babang 2V. So I think this is 67.5. Ayun, 67.5. So we can now proceed. So para maging equilibrium ito, 22.5 plus 67.5, mag-a-add yan, di ba? So meron kang kumukontra na 67.5. So may natirang 22.5 dito. So this one is 22.5. Para ma-maintain natin yung equilibrium, no? Ayan, magsi-zero yan. And then after that, proceed in getting the moment. So, magmo-moment tayo. Unahin na natin to. Pwede naman natin kopyahin. So the value of that is 106.875. And then, pwede na natin kopyahin yung nasa taas. So the value of that is 45 kilonewton meter. Then ito, 67.5. This is just equal to 67.5 times 2.5. So 67.5 times 2.5. So that is 168.75. So, ang mangyayari, mag-a-add si 45 tsaka si 168.75. Ma-minusan natin ngayon natin ng 106.875. So, yun yung kulang na counterclockwise moment dito. Okay? So, ang mangyayari, 168.75 plus 45 minus 106.875. So, ang nakukuha ko, 106.875 din. Okay? And then, may nag-i-induce dyan, which is ito. So, that is just equivalent to 106.875 divided 3. So, that is 35.625. This is 35.625 kilonewton. So, meron tayong pababa na 21.375. Pero meron tayong dalawang pataas, 35.625 tsaka 3. So, mag-a-add yan, 35.625 plus 3, and then ma-minusan natin ito para makapag-induce tayo ng pababang force dito. Okay? To maintain equilibrium, again equilibrium concept lang ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, ang nakukuha ko is 17.25. So, we have here 17. One moment. Okay, let's continue. Sorry for the call, no? Okay, so 17.25. So, we already completed this joint. So, lahat na tayo may vertical and horizontal as well as the moment. So, we can now proceed to the next joint. Okay? So, this one is 22.5. So, 22. Okay? So, ito, balik na rin lang din natin. So, this is 7.5 kilonewton. This is 11.25 kilonewton. Okay? So, after that, pwede na tayo mag-proceed, no? In checking if we're correct. So, again, meron tayo ditong 33.75. So, para ma-check natin kung tama tayo, so dapat pag pinag-add natin yung dalawang horizontal na nakuha natin, which is 22.5 tsaka 11.25, dapat equivalent siya sa 33.75. So, mukha naman, no? So, tama. Equivalent. So, most probably, we are correct. And then, after that, we can now proceed in moment checking. So, sa moment checking natin, so we can incorporate the moment and check if those balanced out. So, dapat pag pinag-add mo sila lahat, equal sila sa 0. Okay? So, before that, siguro 7.5 plus 35.625, pwede nating pag-addin yan para makapag-proceed tayo ng upward force dito. So, ilan yan? 7.5 plus 35.625. So, that is 43.125. So, this is okay? So, we can now proceed to the moments. So, yung moments natin, pwede natin kopyahin, 22.5 dito. Sa kabila, that's 106.875. Siyempre, so magka-counterin yung dalawa, kulang yung clockwise. So, dapat clockwise ito. So, that is 2.5 times 33.75. So, that is 84.375. So, dapat kapag pinag-add natin tong dalawa, equal sa 106. So, plus 22.5 So, okay naman. So, equivalent naman sa 0. Most probably, we are correct. So, after that, we're almost finished, no? Pwede na nating ibaba yung mga forces. So, ibaba na natin. So, ito, pataas. So, this is 33. Ay, sorry. Kilonewton. So, this one is 25. And then, we do have moment, which is 84.375. So, of course, we need to counter that out. Counter, ito pababa. Ito papunta sa left. Tapos, counterclockwise. Okay? Okay na yan. So, ito ay 33.75. Ito ay 25. So, lagyan natin pangalan. AX. AY. And then, a moment. MA, which is equivalent to 84.375 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, we can now proceed to the other support. So, yung other support natin, pataas, ay pababa, sorry. So, kailangan natin mag-add ng pataas. Punta sa left. Okay? So, the value here is 17.25 kilonewton. Sorry, walang meter yan ha. Force yan. So, ito ay 67.5 kilonewton. Tapos, let's incorporate the moment, which is 168.75. Okay? So, let's write the reaction. Opposite in direction. So, we have here 67.5. Sorry, BX. Tapos, we have here 17. And then, we do have a moment. MB. And then, finally, last joint. So, this one is 43.125 kilonewton. Okay, tapos meron tayong pa left side. Sorry, pa right side. Na 33. Okay, reaction. And then this one is 43.125 kilonewton. This is CX. This is CY. Okay? And then we do have the moment. Kailangan natin pala moment muna dito. So the moment here is 84.375. So yan din yung moment natin dito. MC. Okay? So we are now finished, no? Pero hindi, sinolve ko lahat pero hindi lahat yan hinahanap. Ano ba yung hinahanap? Number 1, shear at column EB. So ano ba yung shear at column EB? Ito yung E, ito yung B. So again, the force perpendicular to member EB. So the force perpendicular to member EB is 67.5. Am I correct? So yun. So tama naman. So yung VEB natin, or yung number 1, yung V EB is, ito ha, E tsaka B, force perpendicular to that, is 67.5. So this one is 67.5 kilo Newton. Okay? So that is your answer for number 1. For number 2, ano yung hinahanap? So for number 2, axial force at member FC. So ito yung FC. Ito yung FC. Axial force is parallel. So that is 43.125. Let's see. So tama naman. So axial force FC is equivalent to 43.125 kilonewton. Okay? So that is our answer. And then number 3, pinapahanap is moment at point at support A. So moment at support A, ito yung point A, yung moment natin is 84.375. So tama naman. MA is 84.375 kilonewton meter. So this is already our answer for problem number 4. Again, you don't need to solve each and every force present in the framing system. Sinolve ko lang para kahit anong ipahanap sa inyo, makukuha nyo. So let's see kung tama yung sinabi ko na hindi kailangan isolve lahat ng forces dito. So number 1, kapag pinapahanap sa inyo yung shear at EB, ito yun, diba? Shear at EB, diba ito na agad yun? Yung nakuha natin na 2V, ayan yun, no? Shear, di ba ito yung point E? Tapos nasa baba yung point B. So if we're going to find the force perpendicular to that member, so that is 2V, which is equivalent to 67.5. So tama naman, no? 67.5. How about the axial force at FC? 43.125. Paano natin makukuha yan? So you can begin, no? You can begin with this joint. So pag nagbegin ka dito sa joint na to, so equilibrium equation, kung meron kang 11.25 dito, dapat may 11.25 din dito. So after that, proceed in getting the moments. And then once you get the moments, pwede ka na mag-downward. And then once you get that, you will also get the value for 43.125. So instead of solving everything, so pwede kang magpababa. No, it's up to you, no? So ito naman, ito mas madali. Moment at support A. So, paano naman natin makukuha yung moment at support A? So, di ba ito lang din yan? V. So, yung V natin, as you can see here, is 33.75. So, di ba ito yon? 33.75. Kapag tinransfer natin, ito lang din yon, 33.75. So, ngayon, in order to produce moment, di ba, force times distance. Ito yung point A, yung force mo ay 33.75, yung distance mo is 2.5. Yung 25 naman, hindi yan makakapag-provide ng moment kasi wala yung perpendicular distance. Ito lang, yung 33.75. So, 33.75 times 2.5, you will get the value of 84.375. So, ang madali dyan, ito, tsaka ito. Ito medyo mahirap ng konti, pero kaya naman. So, ibig sabihin, you don't need to solve everything here. I just solve it para kapag may hinanap na kahit anong member dito sa ating framing system, you can solve them. Okay? So that's how we answer approximate analysis of frames due to lateral loads, portal method. So next topic natin is cantilever method. Okay? So stay tuned for that.